Hello. Today I am building a starter home with The Sims 4 in the Snowy Escape expansion pack. I built a starter home for my Sim, and she's sort of an outdoorsy person, and I kind of wanted her starter home to somewhat fit that. So I started with just figuring out the layout, like the rooms that I wanted in the house. There's a little the little room at the front is sort of like an area you can like walk in and take off your shoes. And there's a living room, all the standard rooms behind it. With the large room off the side is the kitchen and dining room. So the roof, I was looking at the neighboring houses and trying to mirror kind of what the roofs are doing on those. They have like this little peak that like peeks over this like sloped roof, and so I just wanted to mirror some of the details in the neighborhood so it fit in. The challenge that I was going for here was like kind of making this house like a starter home that fits into the world of Mount Komorebi or whatever. I don't know its name. I think that's right. And mirrors some of the architectural details. And I only used stuff from the Snowy Escape pack in this house. So you could play this house fully with just that pack and the base game. I started like here. I'm putting in the stairs and I add some trim and pick colors for the roofs. I'm starting to think about colors. I wanted it to be like more natural looking so it fits into the neighborhood because it's her house is literally like inside of a park. That empty lot that's in the neighborhood that comes with the Snowy Escape pack, it's like it's kind of a strange location. It's like in a park. She's got some like walking trails that lead to her house. I just didn't want it to be hyper modern, even though like she's more of like an active. She seems like somebody who'd be like hip and modern, but like I don't know. I feel like she might like this cute little kind of cozy little house in that blends into that because she one of her traits is she likes the outdoors, and so like having these natural materials and adding some stone, like there's like this with light wood everywhere, and it's just like greens and browns and stone. I thought maybe she would like that, even though she's more of like a modern character. I'm trying to incorporate a lot of the stuff from the pack too. So far, like the roof tile, like that's part of the Snowy Escape pack. All the doors and windows, at least on the exterior, are part of the pack. I think all the so far the ones I'm using are ones from the pack. So I tried to incorporate a lot of that stuff as much as I could and get like a good variety. Oh, this right here, I was trying to. So the bedroom, I took out the ceiling so it could be like a lofted bedroom, and so I was thinking like maybe I can get a little window at the top, like have one down below and like a little like circular window at the top, but it just wouldn't fit. Like there was nothing I could do to make it fit. Like I'm just trying over and over again to get it to fit in that little roof space up at the top, and it just wouldn't. I'm not playing with cheats in this. I guess if I turned on cheats, maybe if I like shrank the window, because I know you can do that with cheats, like shrink the window. Maybe I could fit it up there, but I couldn't remember how to do that, to be honest. So I just ended up not worrying about it right then, and I came back to it later, and I ended up just changing the roof type so it didn't have like an open area at the top. It wasn't flat; it was a sloped roof. I've kind of figured out most of the exterior here. I do futz around a little bit with it later, but here I wanted to start working on the inside. So I started with the smallest room, the bathroom, because I thought it would be the easiest. But actually, like figuring out the bathroom layout was like I kept going back and forth because I wanted a mirror to be above the sink, and there's not like a lot of arrangements like to get all three of those things to fit: the sink, the shower, and the toilet with that window there. So, but I wanted the window. I knew I wanted the window, so I kind of had to do sort of like everything in a line, and then have the door kind of jammed up in the corner, which I don't love. Like from the living room, like the door to the bathroom right there is just like right up in the corner. Um, so it's not my favorite thing, but it's a starter home. I mean, some things I think you can sacrifice some things, and it's not the worst thing in the world. So I was pretty happy with the bathroom overall. Like it's nice and warm and cozy. And next, I started working on the kitchen, and I decided like I'd add a little wall just to separate sort of the kitchen from the quote unquote dining room area a little bit, just to give it a little more space, or not more space, but like just have some separation, so it feels like more space. And yeah, I think, no, these countertops, they're not from the Mount Komorebi or Snowy Escape pack. Um, but yeah, I thought the way the cabinets worked out was nice. Like I liked doing that full cabinet with the little nook of a cabinet off the side that like kind of peeks into the dining room, so you could put like some flowers on there. Here I'm not really sure about like colors that I want in the kitchen. I know I want the brown cabinets. I don't end up changing that, but like the curtains and the wall color, I had a hard time like deciding on. I knew I wanted there to be some more color in this house, so yeah, I went with the green, and I was going between all the colors. I think I just really liked the yellow. I liked how bold it was, and um, the house isn't gonna have a ton of bold colors, so maybe like the kitchen would be a fun place to do that. Um, and yeah, the kitchen I was really happy with. I thought that felt like a really cozy, intimate kind of kitchen space. And then this dining room, I realized I tried putting like a little I forget what it's called, the table where it's like the Japanese table where you sit on the floor and you put your feet under the warmer. They have that it's like a warm table thing, but they have that in this pack, and I just realized it was way too big for the dining room that I was building, so I just ended up doing a smaller table against the window with a couple chairs, and yeah, I think it looks good. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do with the lighting. I would have liked to do like a nice pendant light like above the dining room table, but I just felt like the wall heights, because I'm playing on the small wall heights, was just too low for a pendant light. So I just ended up going with like something more simple. And I thought the curtain, adding that in front of the window, added like a necessary like extra color, like the blue curtain in front of the table in the dining room. So I move on to the bedroom, and yeah, the bedroom I thought was really easy. I mean, it's I knew I needed a bed, and I needed the wardrobe and a mirror, and like there wasn't really much room for anything else. So this one went pretty fast. I did realize here that like I don't love uh, the options for curtains just in the base game alone. I know there's like better curtains like down the road, like in my other packs I have, but like yeah, I was like really struggling to find a curtain that made sense over the bed, like that window above the bed. I ended up going with this one. It's not my favorite ever, but like I don't know. It was better than the other options I was given in the base game. So yeah, so here I am figuring out how do I want to put a mirror, but again, like the short wall heights just made it awkward to put the mirror there because it was like going over the trim and it just looked really weird. So I moved the dresser over and had it added a freestanding mirror, and that was really it for the bedroom. Here I kind of wanted to figure out the entryway. I didn't know why the pavers were like going at a diagonal and not like straight against the house. Like I thought that was really weird. Like it was one of the terrain painting tools, and like so I just ended up changing it to these little flagstone stones going out the doorway. And then so I work on the entryway next, and I put this bench in the entryway, and full disclosure, like after I ended recording, I realized there's like a sign that you can add in the entryway that makes sure they like take off their shoes. It's like in the Snowy Escape pack. It's like super Japanese. So I thought that I wanted that in the house. So I added that after the stream recorded and took that bench that I put in there out and put like a little shoe rack and a coat rack. So that bench didn't end up staying, but I kept in the little console table and the mirror. Everything else stayed the same. But yeah, I just swapped it out for like a no shoes sign and a shoe rack and a coat rack. So I'm starting to work on the living room, and I kind of started with the rug just to pick like a color scheme to go with, and I liked the like pink and green moment, and I changed the couch to match. And here I liked the idea of putting a fireplace in, but I just don't think there was room for it like in this starter home, and I was already running out of money pretty quickly, so I did not end up putting a fireplace in. It's kind of weird in the starter home. There's nothing against that wall yet, so I figure as somebody were to play this, like maybe they'll add a TV against that wall or a console table or something, but like as it is right now, there's nothing against that wall. It's just a place to sit. Like you could put art up on that wall if you want. But I did add a bookcase just so there's something to do in the living room because there's really not much. And then in the office space, the last room here, I started by just using the desk from the pack, the expansion pack, Snowy Escape, and adding a chair. And I just wanted a little bit of color here, so I did a blue chair, and I ended up using like a purple rug under the desk, just for some change in color. And then kept it dark. Oh, I put her snowboard in there too because I wanted her to. She's an active lifestyle, and I figured like if you're gonna live in this town, like you probably go snowboarding or skiing, and I know when I play her, I'm gonna want her to do that. So here I was messing with like kind of the walls quite a bit, not sure what color I wanted. I was thinking about doing that like accent green wall, but then I ended up using it in the entryway instead because I thought it just looked better there. So I kept the walls, eventually keep the walls purple in the office, and put that green wallpaper with the plants in the entryway. Okay, here I moved the house back a tile just so I had some room for some plants. I don't have move objects cheat on here, so I'm really fighting with the grid quite a bit. And I think I don't know why. I just left it to that. I thought maybe like that would be a constraint I do for this, is like not move objects, no like custom stuff, just like use the pack and the game as it comes out of the box kind of thing. So I started painting it, just adding more texture to the yard, adding a couple trees, just to like blend it into this park a little more so it didn't look so empty. And yeah, that was kind of it. That's the house. I was pretty happy with how it turned out. I had just like a couple $100, like I think it says $184 remaining. Anyway, thanks.